Working. Hi, everybody. Okay, we did it. The gram fixed itself. And here we are. Okay, telling people that I'm here, so I'm gonna drink my Waterloo. Grunny will be on in a few minutes. Sorry, I call him Grunny. Greg Grunberg, the wonderful actor and talent. I just call him Grunny. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Oh, here. Grunny, are you on? Oh.
Yes! Oh
Yay!
my God, I can't
Am I
believe we actually
vested
did it.
or what?
Look at
Yeah,
you.
you know.
All right, just so we get this out of the way. Jennifer, who are you wearing? Who are you wearing?
Oh, this is by a company called Tipsy Elves.
Tipsy Elves.
Yes.
Where do we get Tipsy Elves? Where do we find
I
them?
think online. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure online. Yeah, they just actually sent this to me.
Okay.
And the second it arrived, I felt Christmas joy and I was like, I know exactly where I'm going to wear that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
For me. For
Yes.
me.
And
Okay,
I might
this
wear it to
is
your house this holiday season. You never know. What are
I
you
know.
wearing,
Please
Greg?
wear it.
Greg, what are you wearing?
Okay, this is Old Navy.
Oh,
Just letting everybody know. Old Navy. I
okay.
got
Not
an
as
alert.
exciting.
Yeah,
Not as
I'm such a special celebrity. I got an alert through an email saying that things are on sale right now. I'm sure it's just for me.
Oh, yeah. Did they give you like a special discount code?
They did. They gave me
Mm-hmm.
a kid discount. You know what? I find frustrating is they're like, okay, you've earned. I don't know if you're an Old Navy person, but I get Old Navy. It's like 20 off 60, whatever it is, like
Yeah,
discounts. And then you go on there, but it's only for full price items. And I'm trying to find it in my wallet. It's a
I
whole
know.
thing, man.
I know. My favorite thing is when shops that you love are like, oh, you have all these points. And that gets you $10 off $400. And you're like, really? That's what the point, like, thanks. Thank you for those groundbreaking points.
I don't know. Could
Thank
you also give me a little when I see you this holiday? Give me a little tip on the lighting. You look
you.
gorge,
God,
girl.
wait, I'm gonna give this company a shout out.
Please.
What is the name?
Can I
Okay, this
show
is
off my
called
socks?
Roomy Cube.
Wait, look, look.
Yes!
Right?
You're like
Okay.
a Christmas elf. This ring light is called Lumi Cube. And
Loomy Cube.
I found it on Instagram. I have been using it for all of my things. I'm obsessed with it. Your phone fits in there. It gives you like a nice light,
Ooh, I like it.
right?
Yes.
They have other products that I want. So Lumi Cube, you're on our live right now. I'm obsessed with you. Send stuff. Great, thanks. Merry Christmas.
Share with
How many
others so they
people
can
are there?
watch it
People on
too.
here? Oh yeah, we almost have some people.
Yeah, we have some people. Wait,
Hi,
wait.
people.
How do I share this? Oh, everybody is seeing that, right? It lets everybody know that I'm on with you right
I
now, right? I'm pretty sure.
think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. How weird was earlier when no one could get on?
I don't understand. Was it hacked? Was Instagram hacked or something? I
I
don't
don't
get it.
know, but it really taught me how dependent I am on Instagram for
Yeah.
all things because I was panicked. It was like I couldn't turn on a
Yeah.
television or look at any other source. I was like, well, how am I going to know what's happening all day?
Exactly. Where do I get my news from?
I can't
Yeah.
function.
Exactly.
Oh, I was like
Um,
a teenager. Anyway, hi, Granny.
Hi. I want to dive in because
Okay,
I'm on your live, but I'm interviewing you here because
dive right in.
I have been driving in my car
Mhm.
and I have been listening to, I don't know about you if you know about this new book, but the audio just dropped
Oh,
and it's called Inheriting Magic,
oh, that's a
right?
great title.
It's a great title.
Yeah.
And the book itself, the audio book is awesome because it's you and you're talking, but the beginning, the whole explanation of the whole like inheriting magic, where the magic came from, all about your mom and all of that is so beautiful. And by the way, I'm sorry, you write really well. I mean,
Thank you.
did you write all that and then rewrite it and edit it
Yeah.
or did it just come because it's so well written and it's very conversational anyway. A lot of books I listen to are not like that, so I love it. And you are great when I listen to you at 1.2 instead of 1. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Can
Thank
we
you.
let's just talk about your magical mom for a second
Yeah.
because you talk about her and how magic played such an important part of her life, and it wasn't magic for her. Like, she was the magician and she wanted to impart magic and joy and love, and she showered everyone. And I know that because I knew your mom. But tell
Yeah.
everybody just about your mom and how, when you were a little kid, that meant so much to her.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, in hindsight, the most interesting takeaway from the book for me personally was that I realize now, as like a woman in my 40s, that I think my mom took pain in her life and turned it into magic, which I think is a beautiful thing for people to take away from how, whether they buy the hard copy of the book or the audio or both,
Yeah.
which would be great. Whatever, like, I hope that, the magic that we talk about in this and in the movie is not a cauldron and a wand and a, spell of any kind. It's really a mindset, and it's an intention, and it is effort to be magical for the result to be a more magical life, right? And my mom was that person. Like, she just was. And I don't think I realized maybe why she was until I was older. But she really was like this magical person. And I've said it a few times now, like in the press, and it's always like really funny to people. But like, even at the height of things for me as an actress, we would walk into a restaurant and people would pay no attention to me. They wanted to know who my mom was. And I think it's
Wow.
because she had this magic, like she had this energy about her. And my mom never met a stranger. She knew everyone and their life story by the time we would leave El Torito in the valley, at lunch. Like, she knew all the people. She was like, bye, tell little Samantha I said good luck on her test. I'm like,
Right,
what
right,
the
right.
hell is Samantha? But yeah, I mean, she knew everyone, and she loved to travel. And so she'd travel around, she'd come home and she'd be like, oh my gosh, I made 40 new friends. And I'm like, I don't even have 40 friends. Like,
Let
how do
me
you have
ask you though.
40
Let me
new
ask
friends in
you.
a week? Yeah.
Let me ask, because like I do that. You do that. I've been with you.
Yeah.
I really love people and I talk to people, but there are times when my boys, you know my family very well, but they'll be like, "Do you really? Because she has a name tag, you have to say, hello, Betsy. How are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, people are
Yeah.
people. Like, they're not used to being treated as normal people. I don't get treated as a normal person when I go to a bank or I go somewhere. It's just like, hey, here's the transaction and you're out. And I like when somebody says, "How? What's your name?" And it's just nice. It's
Yeah.
nice to take that second. Was it ever for you? I mean, you were famous growing up, but was it ever for you like, Mom, enough?
Yeah, I mean,
Or
I think
because
when
it,
I was a teenager, I was like, come on, like, we don't have, you know what I mean? But then later on, I realized, like, oh, that's
yeah,
amazing. Like, she's having a human experience and a human exchange with another person. And she's calling them out to be human with her. And I think that's why, like, people loved her so much. I really do. And it was just amazing to sort of witness that and just, see her kind of, I don't know, spread her light around. Like, it was amazing.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
one of those things where you go, like there are people in your life, and you think, because I have friends that are grieving right now, and I've had long conversations with them over the last couple of days, and it's you go, how do you remember the person? Right?
Yeah.
We all want to be remembered in a certain way. What's
Mhm.
the elevator pitch on your mom? We just said it. Everybody
Yeah.
should have an elevator pitch, and it should bring a smile and bring joy. That's all we got. You can't take the fancy car in the house and everything with you. When I hear you talk about how just was so tragic that you couldn't be with her. It's just so beautifully. And people buy the book, buy the book, buy the. You just have
Thank
to. You
you.
need it. I'm not saying it because I love you and you're right here. It is just so great. Elizabeth and I both read it, and it's just wonderful.
You
And
and
then,
Elizabeth both said something that I think hasn't been said about the book and that I think is really cool. And I hope people will take this away also, which is that even you guys now with older children, I mean, not old children, but like, they're older.
yeah,
You talked about how when you read the book, it made you remember like your family traditions or like things that were traditions in your family, or like things that, you remember, like the kids' like first birthday or their third birthday party or whatever it is. And
yeah,
so I think it's important for people to know that, like, even though I'm a mom with 3 kids, and it's a love letter to my mom in the beginning, and then it's about me sort of finding my self as a mom and a holiday junkie and all of those things. This really is a book, I think, for anyone who wants to test their ability to just live a little bit more magical, or set an intention, or hold closely to someone. And that's why we put the writing prompts in the book, is that I
hmm
really wanted people to to think like, who is my magical inspiration? Like, who maybe did I inherit magic from? And it doesn't have to be a parent. It can be a magical friend that you had,
A hundred
or a
percent.
girlfriend when you were young, or a boyfriend, or whatever it was. So I think it's important to say that, like, it is a book for everyone, and can be a book for everyone. It's not just for, like, moms, even though my moms are going to love it, obviously.
Yes, but to that I have to say, and I'm not comparing you to Martha Stewart, but I was always in awe of
Oh,
Martha Stewart. I'm always like, I know, not a bad
please,
person to be
please do. Please
exactly.
do.
But like I remember watching Martha and Elizabeth and I both, we would watch and be like, oh, and then we go, she's so perfect. Like it's like she got to a point at a time, and now it's completely opposite, where she's so relatable and Snoop Dogg and all this
Yeah.
stuff. But you are the book is exactly that. It's so relatable. I was watching, I was listening to it, and I was like, I mean, I'm reading it, and then now I'm listening to it, and I'm reading it, and I'm going, wait a minute, yeah, my mom used to do the thing. Hey, and I'm like, Elizabeth, remember when we used to? Because my parents, when we were growing up, we weren't very Jewish, and certainly we were only Jewish, but we had a Christmas tree, and we had stockings, and we just loved celebrating. My mom loved celebrating, not to the extent that you do, but you don't have to do it to the extent that you do. You can do your
No,
version of it.
you
Yeah,
have to make it your own,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I
Who
love
do
it.
you think
Love it.
you inherited magic from?
I absolutely from my father, and I still do. My
Oh, I
dad's
love that.
93. 93. We FaceTime every day. I mean, you've met my parents, but
Yeah.
my mom has early onset right now, and it's tough. And it's like, but
Mhm.
she still is such an optimist. And that's one thing that people always say to me. They're like, God, you're just happy all the time. It's like, I'm not happy all the time, but we all can choose to react to everything in life. That's the power we have, is
Yeah.
how do you react? It's like other people, you go, I'm so disappointed in that person. Well, don't be. We can control how we react. I can control how I react to a birthday or a bar mitzvah or a Christmas or a wedding, whatever. And that's the thing, is you can impart magic on other. And so my dad always did that. My mom too. She's like, so what? Tomorrow's another day. Like, honestly, there's
Yeah.
such an optimistic attitude that my parents have instilled in me, and it's to a fault. I'll jump with both feet in, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should have, I should have researched
Same.
this. I
Same.
know,
I
exactly.
know.
But it's like life is precious. Why not enjoy every minute of it? And if you find something that you love, jump in. I mean, when I met Elizabeth, and you talk about meeting Brian, and that's the thing I
Yeah,
love in the book, how you just knew that he was magic right the second
I
you met him.
did.
When I
I
met,
really
you know the story, but when I met Elizabeth, I looked across. My friend was like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "That's Mrs. Grunberg right there." I just knew. I
right.
just knew. Yes.
Oh, that makes me so
Yeah.
happy.
And
I
it's
love
just
that.
it's just a beautiful thing. And right now, with everything going on in the world, it's like the stuff you're doing. This movie we did that you produced, starred in, and thankfully put me in. I mean, dude, I saw it. It's
We had
great.
fun, right? We had a
Yes.
good time.
I think it
Yeah.
shows that we had a good time.
I think it shows that we have a good guys. He is so good in this movie. He's so funny.
Up.
He's so lovely. You look so handsome in the movie. Dwayne lit us all like, amen. Thank you, Dwayne.
It's the lighting. It's the lighting. Let's give
Well, I
credit to our
mean, we're
DP.
all like in our 40s, you know what I mean? We need lighting.
We need lighting.
Thank you, LumiCube. Anyway, why am I doing an ad for Is it
Wait, so
LumiCube or
tell
LumiCube?
people right now where the movie, what time, and all that.
Okay, so
Saturday,
it's going to be Saturday, December 14th. So this Saturday, on Lifetime at
the
8 p.m. And then
Holiday
there's
Junkie.
actually a schedule where it's also going to show throughout the rest of December as well. So after the movie airs for the first time on Saturday, I will put up some other showings of it for people, so that they can watch it again and
Why
again and
not?
again and
Because
again.
by the way, there are so many unanswered questions. You're gonna have to like watch it. It's one of those things where like mystery. No, I'm kidding.
No,
It
there's no
is.
it's a Christmas movie. There's zero mystery.
Exactly.
Zero. But you have so much fun with that non-mystery. Let's talk about the fact that you dance in this movie.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
you and Sarah were horrified when I said you were going to dance in the movie. And I did not really warn you before on
Yeah.
purpose,
Well,
just to say directly.
I have a very bad knee, so thanks for putting me through that.
Well,
But
I knew you were having surgery and you were going to get a new one. So it
exactly.
was fine.
That's
It
right.
was
You're
fine.
like,
You know
let
what?
yeah,
You gave the last bit of that old knee
to you.
to our movie, and I appreciate that. Some people give
So
their heart, you gave your
so
knee. Thank you.
so by the way, Sarah is
Oh my God.
so good.
She's
She's so
so
great.
good. I know, she's so good. Everyone is so good in this movie. But you guys, so they came in, there's this big like moment in the movie where we do this thing called the Holly Hill Hop. And they came in and they said, so a friend of mine who I'm lucky to know, Alan from Dancing with the
Love
Stars, I
Alan.
literally called him and I was like, you have got to come and help because I'm doing 900 different jobs on this movie and I am not also going to become a
Right,
choreographer today. Like I
right.
cannot do it. You have to come down and help. So he came down and he helped.
Yes.
And you guys, if I could have just played 15 minutes of you dancing in this movie, it would have been so amazing. You did
Although,
such a
here's the
good
thing.
job.
Here's the thing. We rehearsed. He's the greatest.
He's the
Man, is he
greatest.
great.
Yeah.
Such a
Yeah.
sweetheart. So we rehearsed and we're rehearsing and we're like, okay. And you think about it too much. You know, it's like drumming. Like
Yeah.
when I drum, I just don't think about it. It's all from the heart. And it is. You created such an atmosphere on the set, especially that day. It was so much fun that Sarah and I, we were thinking about it, but then you were like, all right, let's go again. Here we go. Just keep it going. Keep that energy. And then you see it on my face. I'm just,
You guys, they're so cute in this dance.
oh,
And
it's so good.
Sarah was like so nervous and she crushed it.
Yeah. She was
Yeah, you guys
great.
are the cutest little couple in this movie ever.
So,
Yeah.
how weird was it doing the scenes that you? I mean, Brian. Okay, it's
Can
not
we
fair.
talk about Brian? I
Yeah,
know.
it's not fair that we talk about
I
him like this, but I have
know.
to talk about him like this.
Talk about him. Yeah.
Why is your hubby? Why is Brian Hallisay not the star of a TV show? I said it with Mark Buckland
Right?
too. Had coffee with Bucky. We were like, what's going on in the world?
So
He's
good.
so good in the movie. You both are.
So good.
You're always amazing. I'm always amazing. No,
True. True.
he's so good.
So
And
good.
how weird is it though? Because you guys are married to it's not like there's uncomfortable moments in the movie, but there's romance and stuff. It's just very genuine, very real. That's the thing that Elizabeth and I and the whole family, when we watched it, we were like, this is really well written and really well done. You did a great job directing. It's very unlike, although I have to say a lot of Christmas movies now, they're not the cheesy
No, they're
bad
getting
movies that we're
so
used
much
to.
better.
Yeah,
Christmas movies are really like elevated now, and I mean, I think ours is probably the best of the year. I'm just gonna say
I think
that.
you're
You
right.
know, but I mean, talking about Brian, honestly, like I do have to say, I'm putting it out there for him. Like he should be in all the Christmas movies. Like he's, because normally he plays
He doesn't want
like
to
an
do that.
intense guy. Remember, I murdered him on a mountain with
Right.
911. Like he was kind of not a nice person normally
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
his characters, and he's so good in this
Yeah.
movie. He's so vulnerable. He's so lovely. He's so good.
Genuine.
I'm really proud of him.
Yeah, he's just so real
Yeah.
and so genuine. I have goofy moments. I'm that guy, and I'm proud of it, and I love it. It's my character. I'm that guy. It, don't
Just
don't
wait
give
for
it
this moment,
away.
guys.
For by the way, so look
Oh,
at
where did the balloons come
where
from?
did that come from? Wait,
Is it because I did that?
yeah, I think so. Oh, look at this! Thank
Do
you.
they think it's our
Magic.
birthday?
Exactly. Magic. Oh, here we go.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
what? Are
yeah.
you doing that?
I'm doing it. No, it's when you give gestures, when you do gestures, that stuff happens. There you go. It's the magic of this. What was I was just gonna say something.
I don't know. I'm having fun with the
Oh,
photos.
where this is from. So from Big Ass Spider. And
Oh,
I
I
know,
know.
yeah,
Another classic that people should be watching.
yes, but I did this, my character, and then I found it because we have a scene where I talk about rats in the corner. I'm like, this was great. Letting me do that, by the way, you letting me do that was my favorite thing. Like, that was just
Oh
awesome.
my God. I like
So great.
you do everything that you wanted because it was perfect. Wait, how do we see what people are saying? I mean, normally I don't love to,
No, I
but
know.
are there questions for us? How do you see it?
I don't know.
This,
Hold
guys,
on.
this is what it's like to see two old people not know how to use
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah.
Wait,
What's
there's
happening?
a thing that says questions. Oh, here's questions. Tap to, but wait, it's just tap to answer. Oh,
Well, can you see the
I
questions?
can.
Okay, then we can answer them. Yeah, just read them off.
Oh, somebody just asked if I love to wear leather pants. I think that's for you, Granny.
Um, I, I love to wear assless chaps, as evident in
Oh,
Felicity. If you watch the
oh,
Felicity,
one.
and we just wrapped the Felicity podcast, so it's called Dear Felicity. Check that out. I'm plugging that. Um,
Oh my
yeah,
God, that is
uh,
hilarious.
I do not like wearing leather pants. No, I do
Oh, I'm
not.
supposed
What's
to say hi to somebody named Joey. Hi,
up,
Joey.
Joey?
Um, oh, it's her birthday. Hi, happy birthday, Joey. It says she's going to be over the moon. I hope that you are. Can you still see me while I'm answering these questions?
Yes.
Oh, great. Oh, I need you guys back on my screen. Okay, I need to, can't wait to see the Holiday Junkie. Do you have a favorite moment from the movie? Oh, hold on, wait. I have to blow a kiss to Andy. Do you have a favorite moment from the movie? And then I'll
Um,
answer.
my favorite moment from, well, we had a few, but I had
Yeah.
there was a moment when it was we were in the space. I don't want to give things away, but your character realizes, wait a minute, we have everything we need here. This is going to be good, and you have a vision in your head because you design
Yeah.
and all the holiday. Which, by the way, I want to get into the whole holiday junkie of it
Yeah.
all because people need to know this is a whole thing. It's not just a
Yeah.
movie. This is a whole thing from you. So we'll get to that. But the moment when you were like, wait a minute. And then you did this great thing where we then saw what you were envisioning. And it was so beautiful. And then I had this great moment, this great improv kind of moment where it was like, it's not a competition. It was just great. Like,
It's not a cup of fish. We were all talking like you have to. So here's what's so crazy. So you asked me, and I couldn't answer you at the time after you saw the movie. You asked me on a message what if there was anything that I would have done differently directing wise
oh, yeah, yeah.
for the movie, and I couldn't answer you because I didn't have a voice at the time, and it's still struggling for whatever reason. But anyway, maybe it's because I don't stop talking about everything at the moment. But my only regret from the movie is that I did not do that more in the movie, where you saw what was in her head and other people couldn't
Yeah,
see it, but she could.
yeah.
And I thought, oh, I made it up that day. Like it was
I
not a
know.
planned thing. Maybe it should have been, but it wasn't. It just like hit me that day in that moment. We had a little bit of time, and so I was like, let's just go for it. And in hindsight, I wish that I had done that, not in every scene, but like in a few, because I do think that it was like such a cool way to see like it was a great holiday junkie explanation
Yes.
of like
And
why
an
in her mind
optimistic.
magic exists,
You're right, and an optimistic view of the
Yes,
world, where you're like, you know what?
yeah,
Because you were grieving your mom in the movie. That's the other thing
right,
that people need to realize is you use that as inspiration for this film. Did
yes,
you came up with the idea for the film?
yeah.
How did this start? Because we have a great
So
writer. Did she?
I know Anna. I don't even know if she's on here because I can't see anything really. But um, Anna White is the most amazing writer ever. So I came up with the movie idea, like the whole kind of my basic storyline of what I thought it could be. Pitched it to Lifetime, and the reason that I went to Lifetime is because I had done the client list with them, obviously, and with you, and they were so lovely to me. But I was filming the client list when my mom passed away, and my character Riley Parks, not the happy ending part, but the single mom in Texas part, was a dedication to my mother because she was the single Texas mom who was a beauty pageant queen, blah blah blah. And so it like clicked in me. I was like, I feel like this is a safe space for this vulnerable kind of thing that
Oh,
I
wow.
want to do. And so I pitched it to them, and only to them. They bought it on the Zoom, and said, yes, let's move forward. And they were like, do you have a writer? And I said, yes, I do have somebody in mind. And I had gotten together with Anna through our friend Amanda Klutz, who she had done a Christmas movie for, and
Oh,
which was wonderful. And so she came over, and I like pitched her the movie, and then she took it, my idea, and like made it exponentially deeper and better and funnier and interesting, and all the things, and kind of took it and ran with it. And
yeah.
yeah, and it was just amazing. It was just really great.
There are some great moments that you feel how great the writing is watching the movie, and
Yeah.
this is the differentiator. What I was talking about, because like you're talking about special effects or the effect of like seeing some, that's a visual effect. You did not have the budget to think visual effects when you started off this project. So
No.
I'm just telling you right now, I think that's the reason why you weren't like, it could be great is if we
Sure.
magically make this appear with that
Sure.
effect though. Practically, you said on set, practically, we could do this practically. We could do this right now. That's what worked. So I think
Yeah.
that's why you weren't thinking of it initially. But what Anna did, and I know you wrote with her. I know, but she is the writer of this,
She
obviously. But as a
is.
producer, she's such a good writer, Anna.
Yeah.
Though there are so many subtle things and the very real moments and great things in conversation. And obviously you directed it. It's just very real. A lot of this stuff, the performances, you're like, usually when you watch a movie like this, and I've done a couple of I forgot the podcast, but there's a great podcast where they talk about the Hallmark movies and the Lifetime movies, and they joke about the performances and whatever. It's not like that anymore because the audiences are so big for these things
Yeah.
that everybody wants to do one. Why wouldn't we
Yeah.
do one? And
Well,
so
I mean, they're magical, for lack of a better word. You
yeah,
lost my word. So there's one thing that two things about Anna before we stop talking about Anna, and she's going to hope that we never stop talking about her. But If you want to see Anna in the movie, she actually is in the movie, so pay attention. There's a
Yep.
little cafe table scene with Deborah and Sarah, and she is the writer who is writing off to the side in that movie. Truth be told, she's also wearing a t-shirt that says, I know what you did last Christmas,
Oh,
as a nod to me being, and I know what you did last summer. And they were like, cover that up, like put your jacket on. So anyway, that's Anna in the movie
right.
doing her writing thing. And I think she was just writing my name over and over and over again in that scene, just very much.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing that we haven't mentioned, and she was telling me this the other day, and so I'm doing it now. All of the characters in the movie are named after characters I have played. I don't know if you caught on to that,
I did not at
but every
all.
character in the movie. So there's a Melinda,
Darren?
there's a Sarah, there's I mean, she could give you the whole list, and maybe she'll do like her own little live about this. But she named all the characters after people that I had played as like a little pop culture thing for people. So
That's
pay
so
attention
cool.
and see how many of the names you can put together and get.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna look.
God.
There's more questions.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at some stuff.
So was
Um,
that your favorite moment in the movie? Like, what was your favorite moment in the movie if you had to think of one?
my favorite moment in the movie is the scene about grief between Andy and Mason at her apartment. And my favorite line in the movie is when he says, I guess grief is the one thing Christmas can't
I
fix.
love that.
It's my favorite
I love it.
line in the movie. And I just love that scene because it's a scene that you don't see a lot in these movies, but Anna really like dug so deep for that scene to like really, I mean, she presented me with lots of things, but she was like, I really want to knock this scene out of the park for you because this is why you wanted to, kind of dedicate this movie to your mom. And I really want to represent people out there
Yeah.
who are hurting in that way, the best possible way that we can. And I'm so proud of her for that scene. I love
Yeah.
that scene.
I
Okay,
love
I'm
it.
looking at more
Okay.
questions. How did my hair grow so fast? Extensions.
Hey,
901 Salon, Nikki Lee. Boop, boop.
it's an
Um,
it's an Instagram.
yeah. Listen, I just think really good. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Oh, someone's mom was diagnosed with cancer for the third time.
Oh, yeah.
And this person is saying, you've really helped being so open about your mom and the loss of her. Oh, I'm sending you all of my love, all of my prayers,
Yeah,
and
me
you
too.
can do this. So thank you for sharing that. That's very vulnerable. Thank you for sharing that.
You know what's another thing
Um,
is the hopefulness of or the spin of taking something like the grief and association with Christmas or the holidays. Remember, I told you this friend of mine is grieving right now, and
yeah,
they said that now this is all they're going to think about during Christmas. And I said for Christmases to come, and I said no, you've got to spin it. You've got to look at the bright side, the good side of that person that you lost, and say, every Christmas now I'm going to think about them much more than I ever did and find that however that is. But it is true. It's really, I mean, that's
it is. I
the,
mean, I think that the thing, I was saying this the other day to somebody, the thing that I think is the most surprising about grief is that you really do, before you've been in it, assume it's an event. Like it's a thing that happens and then it goes away. You don't realize that it never leaves you. Like it's always with you and it's ever changing and it shows up in extraordinarily new and inventive ways all the time. And it like is that guest that just shows up with their bags and is like, hey, how are we doing today? I'm just gonna stay for a while. And you can't say, I don't have my guest room ready. You gotta go. Like you can't,
right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like you can't. You just have to sit there with that person and be like, okay, what are we gonna take me through
Yeah.
today? And I do think that for your friend, and you can tell them that I said this. I do think that there's a period in the beginning where it is okay to feel that way. It is okay. It is a rite of passage in grief to assume that you will never think of anything else but that. Because then there's this day when you realize that that's not true and that the two can exist, like magic and beautiful living and new memories and new things can happen at the same time as deeply missing and hurting. And that is when you go, oh my God, being a human is so awesome,
Mm.
because I have the space to do these two extraordinarily hard things at exactly the same
Wow.
time. And my heart can carry a whole, and it can carry space for new things,
Hmm.
right? And it's really amazing that we can do that as people. And so, you know, they can take their minute to feel that way, and I
100%.
think that that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they will. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it'll shine when it's
And
supposed to.
And guys that are on this right now, it's okay to talk about it.
Yes.
My organization is called Talk About It. It's all about talking. Don't be afraid. It's less masculine and manly and whatever that bullshit is that everybody tries to think they have to accomplish. You're less of a man by not talking.
Yeah.
Find somebody to talk to. It's
Grief
important.
is a mental health
Yes,
issue. It is. It
100%.
is a, it is a part of your mental health. It is something that should be talked about. It is not a thing that should be shamed. It is not a thing that you should, you know, be in, like you said, by yourself. It is, find a group of people that understand it and get it, talk about it, let it out. And you have to grab onto the living
Yeah.
when you are missing someone who's no longer with you. You have to, because you have to remind yourself to stay here and
Yeah.
to be here. I mean, I didn't talk about this so much in the book because I just wanted to kind of keep some things for myself, and some things I just like honestly couldn't write about. But one of the things that I'm most proud of, like in hindsight in my grief, is that after my mom passed, I moved very quickly. And there were a lot of people in my life. I sold her house, I sold my house. And there were a lot of people that were like, I know for a fact, were looking at me like, is this grief? Like, is
Mhm.
she okay? Like,
Yeah, but you
is
explain
she
it
in
in the
a
book.
thing where she's not thinking
Uh,
clearly, you know?
oh,
But
oh.
for me, I knew, because I lived across the street from my mom, I knew I had a choice. I was like, I can sit here and look out that window every day and remind myself and ask myself, why is she not over there? And probably do things for myself that like weren't healthy, like eating or, you know, drinking or whatever, you know, it was at that moment. And or I could, and I very much heard my mom say this, pull up my big girl pants is what she would say, and move on. And so I did. I had to start a life somewhere that was different. And I had to just move to a new part of the city, and I just had to be in a place where I was showing her and I was showing myself that life was going to move forward, even though it was really painful.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that it's important for people to support people in grief in those
Yeah.
choices. You'll know
And
the
by the way,
difference, you know.
you explain
What?
it beautifully in the book.
Oh,
So
good.
that's
Okay.
yeah. No, it's great because that you said exactly that in the book. When you moved, you
Yeah.
sold both houses, moved to a part of the anyway. Buy the book. Buy the book. Buy the
Are
book. It's
are
so
you
good.
seeing questions on your end?
I'm
My phone's
not.
getting.
I'm seeing nothing because this is your IG, not mine.
Oh, that's how it works. I'm 109 people. Don't worry. I don't know if the movie's going to be seen in Canada. I think it is because it's going to be streaming.
You're Jennifer
Um,
Love Hewitt. It's going to be seen in Canada. Why? I know the Canadians hate you, but they'll probably find a
oh,
space for you.
my friend is on here. She says, "What would you say is the best thing you can do for a friend or a family member who's struggling with grief?"
Mm. I'll tell you.
Be there.
One of
That's what I would.
the most important things that you can do is not say I'm sorry to
Mm-hmm.
them, and
Yeah.
don't ask what can I
Yeah.
do. Just
Just do
do.
it.
Just do it.
Yes.
Just bring something
Just do
over.
it.
And by the way, if you don't know what to say, the best thing you can say is I don't know what to say,
Yeah.
because that's all you need to say.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine what you're. Of course not. It's not your mother that you just lost. It's not
Oh
your
my gosh,
friend.
you're
It's not
so
your
right.
son.
That used to drive me
Yeah,
crazy when people would say that.
yeah. So those
Honestly,
two things.
the greatest people for me after my mom passed were the ones who sent food.
Hmm.
Because I couldn't feed myself. Or my friends that would just sit with me. Like sometimes we'd say nothing for hours,
I
but
came
they would just
over.
sit with me.
I came over and I ate food.
Hmm.
So that was something because that food wasn't going to eat itself. But no, it's when someone says to you, just let me know if you need anything. Now you're giving them a job. Now
Yeah.
you're giving them the uncomfortable thing of going, oh, I don't want to ask for help. Now I've got to think of something
Yeah.
that they can help me. Don't do it. Just do. Just do. And don't wait. That's the other thing. I pick up the phone and I call or I go. I always do that because there's only a few moments in your life: the birth of a baby, a wedding, and somebody's in the hospital and a death. Those are the moments that you absolutely will remember them for the rest of your life. And just be there for people.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. What other questions you got?
I'm trying to see. There's a lot of will the Holiday Junkie be available in Canada, and I want to get this answer. It'll have to be. I'm sure it
Yeah.
is. I'm sure. Does the movie have a soundtrack?
What?
I Miss Your Singing. Will you ever release another album?
Oh, let's talk
Well,
about the beautiful Christmas song that you have
so the
out.
whole reason that there's music in this movie is because Grunny,
Yes.
I have to keep calling you Greg. I'm sorry, Greg, not
No,
Grunny.
no, Grunny. Everybody calls
Grunny
me Grunny.
introduced me to Nick Marzak, who we did an original Christmas song that you can stream right now
Yes.
on Spotify and iTunes called Christmas Magic.
It's so good.
It's so fun. It
It's
was so fun.
so
And then
good.
we did Missing You by John Waite for the movie as well.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
you also did songs for your show
Yes,
for
we did songs
911.
for the show as
Yeah,
well.
and they're
Yeah.
great with Nick. I mean,
Yes.
let me just, if you don't know Nick
Oh my
Marzak,
God,
you will
please.
because, yeah,
Yeah.
because Love just keeps bragging about the dude. But I call him my oldest son.
Yeah.
He moved out from Pittsburgh out here. He does everything. He produces my podcast. He's the musical director in my band, The Action Figures with Scott Grimes and a bunch of people. But Nick is so incredibly talented and so generous. But you guys, it's not all about, he can be the most talented and whatever. You guys work so well together.
Well,
And
here's the thing. I truly mean this, that I think we will find out at some point that we were separated at birth. Like he and I literally are the same person.
yeah, he's a great guy. He's
Poor
a great guy.
all of you guys. But when we're
Exactly.
together, it's like a brother and sister, like hanging out. We make no sense, but we make perfect sense.
Yeah.
We have the best time. He's such a genius. And the answer to your question is yes, I'm hoping to do more music, but not like as a full-time big thing again, because I enjoy it more when it's just fun and I feel like it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
here's a question.
Oh yeah.
Will Love be singing with your band? To me, wow, interesting.
That is an
Um,
interesting question. It's so weird that that's the only one that
and
you
the answer
saw.
is 100%. It might be in 40 years, but I'm going to make it happen.
We will do it.
Okay.
We will do it. I
Okay.
promise.
Good.
I
And
love that that's the question.
remember I told you I don't have any questions on
I
my
know.
end. So
I know. I know. I just let you do it anyway. Um, wait. Grunny, would you ever direct a Christmas movie?
yes, as a matter of fact, I want to talk. I think I mentioned it to you, but I want to talk to you about it. I have a great idea
Would you like
that's
to pitch
based on
it here on Instagram and see if anybody picks it up? Or
100%.
okay.
So here it is. So our band, and you know how talented Scott Grimes is.
Yes.
Nick Marzak.
Oh my God. Do you see him? He just got me because I thought he was. Did you really freeze?
Yeah, I froze because I have somebody at the door. Sam, can you get the door, dude?
Sam, Daddy's live on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm live on Instagram with Love.
Hi, Sam.
He's in the other.
His son
Just open
Sam
the
is
gate.
my son
Amazon. It's
Atticus's
Amazon.
baseball
Amazon's here.
coach.
Amazon's here. It's a present day.
Amazon.
Oh
Maybe
my
it's
God,
another
it's
copy of my
Santa.
book.
Exactly. Sam, you got it? Come on, bud. See, it's like my son that I love so much.
I was just
Amazon's
saying
sitting
he's
at the gate.
Atticus's baseball coach.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh, exactly.
I know. Okay.
Yes. So here's the idea.
Yeah.
So all I'll say is it's based on a song called "Christmas Crime" that we made that I sent to you, I believe. But
Yes.
there's a story in this where a bunch of people are at a bar and there's a dude at the end of the bar and he's just like miserable and whatever. And so we steal the bar. The band is taking a break, and then we were like, forget this guy, and we steal his sleigh and we take it for the night all over the country.
Oh,
And then when we get back, he has stolen our car. So
I
it's
love this.
but the way it's written, it's really fun. Nick wrote it with I think with Bob Guinea and with Scott Grimes. But it's enough. You listen to the song and go, that is a Christmas movie with music and a great band, and there could be a lot of stuff in it.
I love
So
it.
so you're going to produce it. I'll direct it,
Okay.
and Anna will write it.
Okay.
So
And is Brian going to be in it?
oh, 100%, dude.
Great.
The guy also plays the guitar.
Yes, he does.
So he's in the band.
I love this. Guys,
Yeah.
if anyone's looking to, fund a Christmas
Christmas
movie, now that you've seen
crime.
it, let
Christmas
us know.
crime. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
I
go.
also also, I'm determined to do a Christmas musical film.
That's what this is. That's what I'm talking
I mean,
about. You're talking.
like for girls where I can be in it and sing and stuff. But
That's
you're
what I'm
talking
talking about.
about dudes at a
I know
bar.
that's
How am I going to?
true. That's true. If we could do like if you could come up with something where there's like a musical Christmas
I'm
song,
talking
Christmas.
about like Wicked vibes,
I know that's what I'm
but
talking
like
about.
Christmas
Oh, oh,
musical. You know,
I love that idea.
wouldn't that be
Yeah.
fun? I really want to do that. I really want to do something. What's the one thing that you haven't done that you really want to do professionally, like acting wise? I want to do a period piece and a musical.
Um. Yes. A period piece you haven't done? A period piece?
No, and not like the monthly cycle. I mean, like a time period piece.
Yeah. No. I did.
I just said I needed to specify that for some reason.
Right. Exactly. I got really lucky. I mean, The Fablemans was a bit of a period piece, um, which was awesome. And I only had, a couple of scenes in that, but that was Spielberg and it was unbelievable. And then the other period thing that I'm doing right now, it takes place in 1971, is my show Duster that I'm doing with Josh Holloway. So I mean, my hair is like pomp and it's like a big suit and like, I'm the head of the
I want
FBI.
to
It's,
see pictures.
oh, I'll show you video. I'll show you
Oh
pictures.
my
It's
gosh, I
incredible.
can't wait.
Yeah. So good. But what have I not? The what I've had opportunities to do a little bit. I just want to do more comedy. Everything I've done, like long term wise, even films with Star Wars, Star Trek, all that stuff. It's like it's very dramatic.
Which
And
is
like
so weird because you're the funniest human being I
thank
know.
you. I appreciate that. I really want to do a sitcom, but I want to do like where it's very real. I can't do these. No offense to these shows because they really work, but so many sitcoms out there, I can't watch them. They're so fake and phony.
Yeah.
But like the Cheers and I'm working on something right now that you know about, but it's puppets that hang out at a bar, and I play the bartender. So if I can make that work, I don't know. I want to desperately do a sitcom so bad, but I know I'm going to end up on another drama. I'll go where the
Dude, I
work is.
have literally tried to do comedy for 20 plus years and they always put me right back on a drama. And by
I
the
think,
way, I love it. Like dramas are super satisfying.
yeah,
They're amazing. It allows such an outlet for you, like emotionally in your life. And oh, Aiden's having a screaming fit upstairs. But yeah, I mean, I always just but I would love to do a comedy. Like I so badly want to do something
we
funny.
should try and come out, honestly, like if we played brother and sister, if I was like this older brother who I mean, there's so many things that we could do, but it doesn't matter. The setting doesn't matter. Dramas also allow you and me it's easier to be funnier on a drama because it's
Yes.
pops. Less
Yeah,
is
it
more.
does.
You pop
Yeah.
when you have to be ba-bum, ba-bum. I can't, and by the way, that's another style. It's
Wait,
just not my
is
style.
there a possibility that we always end up back on dramas because people are telling us that we're actually not as funny as we think we are? It's just
Yeah, the people that don't
dawned
know what the
on
hell they're
me
talking about.
that like maybe the underlying lesson from the universe is
Yeah,
we're not funny enough.
exactly. How about a food show? Maybe a food show where the
Wait,
two of
we
us
should
travel
talk about
around.
that. We
Yeah.
should talk about
Bill
that.
Bill has been texting me, by the way. So
I just talked to Mario today. I saw Mario Lopez on
oh
his
yeah,
show a couple of days ago, and then I just did his podcast this morning, and he knows Bill and did like a taco crawl with him too.
he
With
did.
Tiffany.
Okay.
Yes. And
Well,
with
we're
Tiffany,
ready.
and we were
Okay,
talking
we
about
got
that.
to do it because I have
And
everything's ready. It's
Mario
just
wants to come on. He's like such a foodie.
okay. Good. We're done. Done. We'll
Guys, we
do.
have a lot going on. Anyway, listen, should we
Let's
wrap it up or should we stay
wrap.
on?
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. You
I have
have
a,
Amazon
I
packages
have
to open.
car things to
Oh
deal
my
with. I
gosh,
got to deal
yes.
with cars.
Let's okay. So listen, thank you for coming on.
I love you.
I have a new book out, Inheriting Magic. You can get it right now. You can also get it on audio. You can do both if you want to make me double happy.
Yup.
And our movie, The Holiday Junkie, starring Greg Grunberg, myself,
Hardly.
Brian Hallisay, our children, Sarah and
Yes.
Dina, everyone. It's on Saturday, the
Look
14th, 8
at
p.m.
this.
on Lifetime. Big gestures get us things. When I did did that
There
give
you
me the
go.
balloons? It's
Oh
not
no.
doing it now.
No.
Why is it
Confetti.
only doing it for you? I get no celebration on the holiday.
You have no more magic. It's
Whatever.
all here. It's all
You know
here.
what? I put it all in the movie.
Exactly.
Hey.
Yay!
Anyway, check out our movie, buy the book. We love you guys. Greg and I have lots of things that we're working on for 2025. So you're
You'll
not
just
rid
have
of
to
us
wait.
yet. Yeah.
Exactly.
I love
All right.
you. Have
Love
a
you
great
too.
day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.